Hello. Now, Buck from What the Buck Show has requested of the people of YouTube to have us basically say a little bit about ourselves. So let's get started. My first name. Alright, I'll be honest with you. I never say my full first name on the internet. There is a reason for that. But I do have a first name, a part of my first name, the first letter of my first name, that I do say on the internet, that I'm willing to say on the internet, and that is J. Second question. Where are you from? I am from Alabama. Number 3, how old are you? This I'm very willing to say. I am 20. Number 4, living situation. I'm going to say this much. I have 2 pets. I have a half Chow, half German Shepherd, and a Chihuahua. Hobbies. Now, as far as hobbies go, it's a long list. It is a long list. For one, I'm watching stuff on YouTube, and I actually do role playing. Now, before some of you start getting into the nastiness, what I mean by role playing is, you know, stuff like the Dungeons and Dragons type of stuff. Okay? That's what I mean by role playing. I also play video games. And I'm also a fan of wrestling and anime. Moving right along. I'm going to put the glasses back on now. I don't care if you've got a glare in my eyes. I got to read this. Now, bonus round. Stone Cold Punch! Okay. Now then, I originally, what I was going to do was have this sort of weird title thing. I may still do it. If I do, then you won't see this. Whatever. What would you do with the power of 10 winnings? First of all, I'd get an Xbox 360 and a Wii. I would skip the PlayStation 3 because it doesn't have enough for me to care. Actually, heck, if I'm rich, I'm going to go ahead and get the PlayStation 3 anyway. Well, I would get a new TV also. Favorite TV show on air now? You know what? I'm going to give 2 answers for these 2 TV show questions. Best on air now and best ever. One is non-wrestling, and I gotta say something about wrestling. I gotta say something about wrestling on TV. My favorite TV show on air now. And I'm not going to say anything about anime here because I don't watch anime on TV. I watch subtitled anime. My favorite show that's currently on the air, then again, I may very well, of course, as far as wrestling goes, I gotta go with TNA Impact. That's the best wrestling on TV right now. But as far as non-wrestling, I haven't watched in a little bit. I think Heroes currently is on hiatus, so I can't say Heroes. But they're about to start Solitary 2.0. I really like the first Solitary. I am somewhat of a fan of reality TV, although not a big fan. You know, I'm just going to go with Solitary 2.0 and be done with it. Because that's really the only thing I can think of that's currently on there that I really like. And like I said, my wrestling choice would be TNA Impact because that's the best wrestling on TV right now, at least that I know of. If you know of a national ROH television show, then please let me know. Please, pretty please, pretty please. Okay, moving right along. Favorite TV show ever. Now, as far as wrestling goes, favorite wrestling weekly program of all time, I have to say Raw during the 90s. Raw during the 90s was better than Raw is now. That's why I don't put Raw as the best TV show now. Now, as far as non-wrestling, the greatest show ever for me, as bad as this is, when I was a kid, I remember, and I feel really old saying this now, I remember that my neighborhood had a party for the first episode of Power Rangers, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And every single Power Rangers, after they killed off Zordon, has not been as good as that original continuous story. And even then, the original was the best. So I gotta say, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. As bad as that is, I know I should be saying something like Friends, Seinfeld, something, you know, completely and utterly, you know, stereotypical. But, no, I gotta say Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Favorite YouTuber? Well, besides me and, you know, Buck, I gotta go with Mr. Safety. I gotta go with Mr. Safety on this one. He's got some really amazing videos. I'm moving the table. He's got some really amazing videos. First music purchase. I am really embarrassed by this, especially considering now I hate them. All of them. But NSYNC. I am serious. I don't like NSYNC anymore. I just don't. I'm sure I'm going to get a bunch of flame comments about how Justin Timberlake is hot and whatnot. I'm sorry, I just don't like him. It's not a crime. My 3 favorite websites. Time for some shameless plugging. Alright, YouTube, of course, youtube.com. That's one of my favorite websites. Number 2, deviantart.com. Now, it's not really the art that I care as much about. Primarily, when you look at the top of the website, when you look at the top bar on the website, you see that little chat button, right? That's where I am. That's where I am a lot. As a matter of fact, I have a chat room for my channel that no one goes to. It's called Chaos Channel. And if people want to start going there, then, you know, hey, there you go. Awesome. That'd be great. That would be really great. I put that channel there so people could start asking me questions and start doing stuff so I could have stuff for more stuff for my videos, because I like to get opinions from other people with that kind of stuff. And another favorite website. I am an e-fedder. What that means is I play e-wrestling, and what that is basically sort of a wrestling role-playing game. It's unlike normal role-playing, it's much more competitive, where you have champions and whatnot. So my favorite site, out of all that, the one I'm at the most is roughcut.com. It's a database with a bunch of e-feds. Yeah, I have nothing else to plug at the moment except my email address, chaossilverx, see that's more than Chaos Silver, at gmail.com. Go ahead, check it out, check all that out, check all the stuff out, leave comments, video responses, read that, read that way, for whatever reason. Look at the title, I don't care. Also, Britney Spears is a slut. And that's about it.